Hello everybody, this is Anomalous Zero, bringing you some post-commentary on my recent Heart of Stone speedrun. Currently, as of July 5th, 2017, this is the any percent world record. Sadly, if you see my splits there, I have a PB that I wasn't recording that is faster than this, so that's great to have hanging over my head. I have to unset the tutorial every time I start a new game. I don't know why that is. Then I go with my build. I get all the light and heavy attacks because I use both. I get the counter attack because you use that at the very end. Most of the other ones are just whatever. We get spin and win. Spin and win's so great. Then I get the mind control because I use that once to skip a fight. And I get extra powerful bombs. And get more powerful when you have adrenaline. I swap in the freezing bombs because I use them in a couple fights. And I apply both of the oils. I'm pretty sure the first things you fight are necrophages. I don't know if the human one stays on there long enough. I don't know how long it stays on there. So basically you start the entire quest chain by going to this notice board. Since this is a standalone DLC, you are given some waypoints to travel to in the beginning, which is nice. Otherwise, this would be a very bad speedrun. Roach was pretty cooperative there. He can get stuck between the two buildings on the left, and that's just not a fun time. He thinks it's the fastest way to get to you, but it's really the opposite of that. Because the horse is not known for its greatness in this game. Why am I doing post-commentary? I had a fan on because it's hot as balls here. Also, I'll give you a little taste of what you're missing. Ah yeah. 1111 space 1111. It'd be a lot of that. It's a pretty dialogue heavy expansion, and since it's a speed run, we're skipping all of that. Here you skip a fight by choosing option 2. Amusing, really. And then you can get a little boost from this guy by walking in front of him, and he'll push you up the stairs. And that saves like 2 or 3 seconds. Otherwise, he'll be ahead of you, and you walk through the door. Same thing happens, just slightly faster. I don't think it matters what you choose there, 1 to 4. He just breaks a statue and loves you. This person also gives you a quest, but it's a side quest, and so I just don't do it, obviously. If your horse was facing a different direction, you might want to take it for this short run, but it's facing the opposite direction, and if it gets off the bridge, it's really hard to get back on. I think it's more consistent to just run. Here we go. I attacked there because if you attack right after you fast travel, you can jump, as opposed to the input delay that normally happens where you can just walk very slowly. You have to be very careful here. You have to use the latter part way. If you fall down here, you die. And let's just say today, while I was grinding this, a couple of times I just reset here because I ran too far. This area is full of drowners. I'm not sure what the best way to take care of all of them is. There's probably a more efficient way to do it than I'm doing it. And it's Shawnee! Shawnee from The Witcher 1. Who did you choose in The Witcher 1? Triss or Shawnee? Or were you just a speedrunner so you have no idea what the story is? Wow, there's a lot of dropped frames in this. Here, pot before the cutscene, just because I can. And you jump in the hole. You can get a key, but I think you end up in the same spot. You definitely have to run a lot more. Maybe there's a couple less drowners, but I feel like it's still slower. These guys suck. But luckily, they die in 2 or 3 hits. Yeah, and then they do the war cry. That's the good thing about drowners. Sometimes when you kill one, they get very angry, and they scream, and at that point, you just cut them open because they're just sitting there. Okay, Geralt decided to put his sword away. Luckily, it came back out. Sometimes when he puts his sword away, it doesn't come back out. That's a reset. So you're in the sewers because the guy with all the scars on his face was like, come kill this monster in here. It's a giant toad. If you aggro those drowners on the right, the door will not open. So you don't want to aggro them. Those pretty good drowners. I've seen better. Again, I pop before the cutscene here. I especially do it in this one, because right after this, like, dialogue sequence, all your potions get replenished anyways. If I recall, this was not a good toad fight. He immediately jumps away. Yeah, I got faced, that doesn't really matter. And then he jumped again, and then here's like a huge time loss. Right about there. Somehow that hit me. And that's like 5-7 seconds. And that's something like 5 or 7 seconds of a time loss. Anyways, we killed the toad. You're not going to see this, but it turned out it was a prince of these foreign dignitaries or something. And so they put you in prison because they're taking you back to the king to murder you. Well, execute you for the crime of killing the prince. But luckily this guy shows up, and this guy is in like the prologue of the main quest, and then he doesn't show up again until now, as far as I know. But he is hinted at being mysterious, because he just shows up and knows everything about you, and then he just disappears. Here, you just run away. Just run away, and in fact, you try to run out of bounds as fast as possible. Your quest is to go meet the genie guy, the guy in the yellow, in the crossroads or something in some town at night, but no, we're not doing that. So when you go out of bounds, you get a free teleport, so we teleport back to the bald guy with the scars. And our friend is just like, oh, well, I'm here. Why didn't we go meet him? Well, we didn't need to. He's here. Tap, 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 space, 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 1, 1, space, space, 1, 1. And then we run in. And basically all the time lost on this split is from the toad fight. Like 15 seconds, 17 seconds, yeah. Got hit by a tongue, 2 jumps. I think if you hit 1 or 2 instead of 3 on that second dialogue, you might have a fight? I don't know. I don't remember. Okay, and now face guy, Ulrich von Everich or something. Now we have his blood. Or we have Von Everich blood. I don't know if it's his blood or is his brother's blood. He just has blood for some reason. And then we go. We haven't put our shirt back on, and you see Geralt's arm is sort of in an awkward position. It's gonna be like that for a while. See, I got 2 rolls there. That's way faster. Sometimes you only get 1 roll. I don't know if there's any way to make it consistent. It's telling me to go see Shawnee to help with the crypt and the blood, and I'm doing the other one. This one is you have to get him the House of Maximilian, which is really just a chest full of, like, papers for this house or something like that. whatever. It's a heist on the gang, Ocean's 11. They don't mind that you're shirtless. Here you can talk to all these people to progress, or you can just sit down. Gerald's an old man. He needs to sit down. And if you participate in the auction, it's a lot longer. Just skip through it. There is someone a year ago, I think, they have a run of this game. It's in Spanish, though. And also they play on March de la Muerte. So it's a different category, technically. It's a lot longer. But interestingly, during this fight, with the fists, they just lose. Because they take so much more damage, and it's way faster. Here, I swim. It might not be the fastest, but I think it's faster. The other option is to run around, but you can't use your horse, so it's pretty slow. There I swapped in my bomb talent, which makes my bombs much, much stronger, and the mind control talent, because as I said, I need that to skip a fight later. Roach is way over there. Sometimes he'll spawn to your right, which is a lot better because it's closer. Oh yeah, and he wouldn't go anywhere. And technically you can't sprint just yet because that coast area is still counted as Oxenfurt, and you're not allowed to sprint in cities with your horse. You want to avoid going right there, otherwise you will fight a boar, and that's a time loss. You can speed this up by throwing bombs at them. I think I missed one. Yeah, if you hit both bombs, they just insta-give. Everybody does. So, that's ideal. Otherwise, you do what you do. Not that bad, but would be faster with 2 bombs. Here I buy this herb because I need it in like 5 seconds to make a formula. Ooh, secret. And hey, it's Mystery Man. He's got a heist for me. Or he's just explaining to me all the people that are in here. I make this. That gives me a quest waypoint later, which makes it easier to fast travel. I still don't need my clothes or my armor yet. I wouldn't worry too much about it. And here, it might be faster to recruit the elf first and then get the dwarf, but I'm recruiting the dwarf first and then getting the elf. I think the elf is 500 meters or whatever footsteps away from the alchemist's office, but the dwarf is 300 footsteps away from the fast travel area. So it depends, can you travel those 200 footsteps faster than you can load? And I mean, if load times don't count, then obviously it's faster to get the dwarf. I don't know. Loads do count currently, though I think I saw a runner, like Fast XZ, might have a load remover? Maybe? Fast XZ is the current world record holder, right before I publish this video. They have, I think, a 47? And here I used my mind control powers to skip a fight. The other way to do this is to insult him, and then he'll come down and not blow himself up. But then you have to fight him, and then he joins you. On my casual playthrough of this game, I tried to talk him down nicely, and he just blew himself up. And I go for the elf here because you cannot get the halfling. The halfling is just dead, sleeping with the fishes. Literally. And here, she needs money because their crossbow person isn't around. Oh yeah, and the dwarf's wife left him, so he's super sad. But instead I just pay for all the tickets because, like, I don't want to do a crossbow thing. Woo! that's our safe cracker and our acrobat. Now we just need to use that potion we made to poison the food of the guards of the estate. But first we have to find out where we might find the cook. Now, if you played the game and you know where the cook is going to be, he's there. But if you try to talk to him, he's just like, do I know you? That's all I'm gonna say, do I know you? So, that's fun. It's okay, it's alright. Just gotta do this listening game.
What do you have to say?
If somebody could figure out a way to make this faster, that'd be great.
Prick wind up with us.
Volunteered. Word is he had to bribe the medics to let him enlist.
He mad or what?
That's just it. Certifiably insane. Didn't pass the tests apparently.
But to pay hard coin to enter the army? Thought at my age nothing could surprise me.
Nothing about the cook. What do you have to say?
That Gruesomely, you got a daughter? Why do you ask?
Now listen to the second conversation. Hey, does this guy have a daughter I could marry? You don't want to marry his daughter, that'd be a bad idea. I don't understand, I'd really like to have money. Nah, mate, only trouble.
Nothing interesting.
That's my impression of those guards. And here we have the money guards. These ones move. You have to make sure not to get too close or too far.
Who told you? No one.
And if you get out of range, generally they just repeat what they were saying. Hopefully, maybe someone can find a way that they just skip ahead to the next thing. That'd be great.
No griping about poor supplies. Just the gumption to enrich our gruel.
Garlic, garlic, and
The
go.
western gate.
Once Geralt starts talking, you can move on to the next area, even if the quest area on the map hasn't changed yet. I don't know if this is the fastest way to get to the west side of town. Huh. It's probably pretty close.
Oh, long live Radovid.
Now the chef will only be here during the day, but that's okay. I needed to rest anyways to replenish my bombs. I mean, obviously I'd prefer to rest
Must
for
be the cook.
a small amount of time instead of a large amount of time, but whatever. We could also have mind controlled the cook into helping us, but money doesn't really matter. And so now we're ready to do the heist, so let's go see Shani. Shani! Shani's helping these guys with the poison from the toad. Anyways, I just show up shirtless at Shani's house, interrupting her guard party, and be like, come to a crypt with me, please. She's like, yeah, okay. It's fine. Does she have an ulterior motive? Yes, she does. Might be faster to take the stairs route there, instead of going around. Now, we have to go back to the Garen estate because we don't have the fast travel point yet. We will get it because we have to come back here later. To the Von Everett estate, that is. Here my setup is I line up the right edge of the cone of vision on the mini-map with the center of the quest target. And that's how I know I'm going roughly the right direction. Now I think I do. I just barely get the quest marker here. I don't usually get it on the way here. I usually get it when we're headed to the wedding. Spoiler alert, Shani invites you to a wedding. Takes 5 minutes to get out of it.
What?
You might notice I jump off my horse a lot right before a cutscene. That's because if you're on your horse for some cutscenes, there's just a cutscene of you getting off your horse. I think I miss it one time coming up, So you'll see just like, it's just ridiculous. Let's just spend these 5 seconds showing that Geralt got off his horse before this stuff happened, so the nerds don't get angry. Oh, there's wraiths in here? I think this is a bad fight. I think one of them messes me up. That one gets me. Oh, I remember. Geralt put his sword away. That's what happened. So if Geralt hadn't put his sword away, I would have killed both of those before they started moving. But he decided, you know, there's ghosts spawning in front of me. I'm gonna punch him. At least he took his sword back out. And I missed a whole bunch here because I was using strong attacks instead of quick attacks. Ooh, that's leg.
Last of the surprises? Sure hope so.
You have to wait for the text to come up on the coffin to examine it. That's the important part. And I'm not really sure the mechanics of this. You pull out this thing, and it makes you walk slow, and you have to stay in an area until it areas itself.
Life and death.
But I don't know how long you have to stay there, or what like the trigger is.
Arise as a friend.
I don't know. It's
For I am
confusing
no
to me.
foe.
Sometimes it just takes forever for some of them to go. I'm not sure what I'm doing that
Arise
causes
from the
that.
dust, ye whose blood I have brought. Return and walk midst the living.
Alright,
who have
so
departed.
we incensed all the areas.
Life and death.
Now we gotta light this
Fire and
brazier.
Time to light the votive fire.
If that menuing looked awkward, it was because I accidentally brought up the Steam menu.
Nay, not your lucky.
And here we just throw a bomb, takes away most of their health, and then you just finish them off with one hit. And you spin to win. Spin, 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 spin. We did it. You actually want to stop spinning as soon as it's dead. If you keep hitting it and it like parries you, it stays alive and doesn't despawn, and this cutscene or this conversation doesn't start until it's done.
Oh,
Now we're getting possessed by the ghost of the guy's brother.
Just
Good. No, good.
But Shawnee has a wacky idea. Why don't all 3 of us go to a wedding?
keep your paws off her.
So you hop on your horse, and you make a break for the wedding.
Bloody fine my horse.
I go out of my way to get the fast travel sign for this area, because I didn't notice I already got it. You really want to get it, because it's a pain in the ass to get back here if you don't.
You want to be a witcher? So you need to survey the terrain, know which way the wind's blowing.
Just don't drag me into any brawls with beasts, mind you. With men, have at it.
I think I missed this one. Yeah. So you'll see, oh, we better make sure we show Geralt getting off his horse.
No,
It was just too slow. You can actually get off the horse as the cutscene is loading if you're good enough, and that is optimal. Like, you should barely just see Geralt scooch out of his seat as the cutscene fades out. That's super optimal, but I missed it there. So, in the wedding, you've got to do, what, 5 things? 6 things, I guess. Talk to these people. Be like, hey, bride and groom, good luck. And then you have to go pig wrestling. There's 3 ways to beat this. You can axie them, you can chase them in, or you can just jump out and give up. Giving up is faster. After that, you get challenged by Shawnee to hit on this young lass, and you do. She's totally into it. Then her 3 brothers are like, no, let's fight. And they get spun to 1. Pew, 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 pew. Pop. He always does that elbow, I'm not sure. It's a wooden sword thing. And we're done. Now we have to play Fetch the Shoe, because
someone's bones. What?
everyone knows it's a great game to have someone have to walk around with a wet boot for the rest of the night. That makes perfect sense. Now your foot's gonna get all wrinkly because your boot's soaked. There's no RNG in this. The boot is always that one right there. There's 2 other ones in there. You don't need to get them. It's slower. After 2 wedding events, you always go to a dance. I don't know of any way to avoid that. Doesn't matter which 2. And after the dance, you get to see the genie guy, Mirror Master, and you have to talk to him. Talks about bread or something. I don't remember. He's like, bread has got many ingredients. One of them is time. Did I just blow your mind? 2 more things left. These people hired a fire eater, and he's drunk and he ran away because the dog chased him. And these guys are playing Gwent. You know what the fastest way to finish a game of Gwent is? To concede immediately. I think they take half your fucking money for that. Which would suck if you were playing a real game and you had a lot of money. Luckily, this is a speedrun, and in 20 minutes, I don't need any of this money anymore.
I shall continue my travails while you rest. Shan't be long now.
Whee! It's slightly faster here to chase the dog away than to use Axie to control them. We're talking like a second faster though, because it's just conversation that you skip almost immediately.
Keep calm, stay close.
And then now that you found him, you just run the fuck away, because
There shall be no tricks. We must
whatever.
inform the bride's mother the magician turned coward.
Isn't that right? Then we inform them that the fire eater ran away or is dead or something. But don't worry, the wedding's beautiful as it is. And then we go to the closing ceremonies, and it's very important we press 2 here, because otherwise there's more conversation and Geralt gives a speech. Or maybe it's the brother who gives a speech. Sorry about your ears here. You are witnessing an exorcism, and it is loud and gross. If you're playing this game casually here, you probably don't want to run away from this quest. You probably want to help Shawnee and, salvage your relationship. Yeah, we just run away. It's fine. And we go back to the herbalist's hut. Now that we're done this wedding, it's time to go rob a bank. Here I'm trying to open up my menu, but it's not working. So I didn't. Here we go. I have to put on my swords here because if I don't, later on during a fight, when I get auto-equipped swords, I will end up with a wooden sword. And that will suck. I also re-equip my bombs and make sure I'm on the explosion bomb. Oh no, poor Shawnee, we left her alone at midnight. Will she ever forgive us? So this is a heist. We're going in, trying to steal stuff. The reason we brought the dwarf is because it skips a spider fight later. We use bombs to make these fights quick. But because we brought the dwarf, we are guaranteed to get this fight. Because he makes an explosion and they're like, oh fuck, we gotta get in here and help the hostages. They just died to a bomb too though. Nope, the spiders will not just die to one bomb. So taking the dwarf is much faster than taking the human. And as long as you have Axie, you don't have to fight the dwarf. It's just way faster.
In the meantime,
You can also force yourself to get that second guard fight if you want by answering wrong things. Don't do that in a speedrun. And here I side with the jerk brother, the bald one, because if I side with the one with hair, there's a cutscene later on, and I don't want that cutscene. It'll take time. So I freeze him, and sometimes they stay frozen for 2 hits and just die. Sometimes they come out after 1 hit. You have to get lucky. Whatever. It works. And then we run away. Turned out that we're just taking the box and leaving the important papers. And that's agreeable to everybody. I guess I missed the ladder here. If you don't offer to compromise there, you have to fight the guy and his guards anyways. So you might as well just compromise. And here is where you would get a cutscene if you didn't, if you sided with the brother with hair. But we didn't, so sucks to suck. Turned out Ulrich or whatever, Von Everett, wanted the papers and not the actual box, but he wasn't very specific, and he was talking to a genie witcher. So, yeah. Also, you might notice we're turning in both of them at the same time. That's to save time. And his last thing is like, get me the rose that I gave to my wife 20 years ago. Good luck with that. And we're just like, no problem. Not a problem. We, showed your dead brother a good time and we broke into an impenetrable vault. I think we can handle getting a rose from the past. My voice cracked there, I'm sorry. I think I got some awkward movement there. Yeah, I did. This guy's just hanging out. The reason he's there is to get rid of the invisible force field that surrounds this area that you can't get through. Here I get rid of the mind control because I don't need it anymore, and I get rid of the bomb stuff because I don't need it anymore. And I remember to put my armor back on. I think I have everything I need. Yeah, we're good.
How am I gonna find that rose in this fog?
So this is the Cryptkeeper. If he hits you, he gains life if he deals damage. I mostly just dodge him until he does his that thing, and then just stands there and you just wail on him. And then you have to dodge this, and then you can get him into a cycle where you strong attack, and then dodge, and then strong attack and dodge. And then I get greedy here, and I missed. I missed so he healed a bit. That's okay, I killed him though. He's like, no, and he dies. It's great. He takes forever to die though, and the cutscene won't start until he's dead. Alright, so then the dog and the cat can talk, and they give you a key to the front door. No, the back door. Wink, wink. And you head in. You have to trigger that cutscene. Otherwise, none of the other stuff in the house will happen and you can't progress. You don't have to pick up any of the items, though. Here I jump up the stairs to avoid things falling on my head. And then right at the top of the stairs I jump, because when this flash of light happens, if you're just walking, you will also get stunned. Looks like a banshee's yelling at you. And now it's time for a boss fight. This is a wraith. This fight I thought was super easy the first few times I did it, but if you're just too slow on DPSing through this heal, the wraith goes into the painting and heals to full. And let me tell you, the first time that happened, I was shocked and had to reset. So basically the first 5 times I did that fight, it was super trivial, didn't matter. And then recently it's been harder. So I guess I just got lucky. So we beat this wraith, which might be the ghost of this woman, I think. She's dead. She died of a broken heart or something. The dog and the cat are like, we will give you the key to the front door. Please bury her in the grounds. There's only one spot that actually works, and that's by her painting easel, because she's super into painting. You say some words, blah blah blah. Then you summon her ghost from the afterlife. And you end up in her dream painting world. The basics of this area are you have to recreate the silhouette from a painting into the real world. So like put a cup with a cup.
Your health.
And here's a spider fight. Yeah. This is kind of hard. The big spider is one of the defensive spiders, so it will run away from you, so it's very important to kill it quickly. Luckily, the little spiders, unlike regular little spiders, are aggressive. They don't run away, and they just walk in and die. Right there, I just refreshed on my potions. And here's another one. I get really bad luck or something here. You should be able to light both of those candles from where I am. You should just be able to complete this scene, you know, one igni for the 2 candles and one igni for the fireplace, and be done. Be like 5. And a wraith or a specter fights you. For some reason, my first attack there didn't do any damage. I don't know what that's about.
Not you again. Don't like this place.
And then up we go. In here. Pick up the bloody towel.
Towel stained with blood.
It's nothing.
Put the fruit in the glass in the painting, like you see it in the other painting.
Someone just rinsed it. Living.
Forget.
And then because I know there's a fight coming, I put a shield on and pot. And I attack. There's 5 specters, I think. And with all my buffs and stuff, it just takes 2 hits. 2 quick hits. Oh no, they're summoning demons! I look at the pentagram first, because you have to go through a spiel before Geralt will actually like fix it in a cutscene. So I try to trigger that as quickly as possible. And then the dream house is on fire, so we have to jump into another painting. And now we're cold. I don't understand this area. Damn it. There's a bug that can happen here where even after you get inside, you stay frozen. And that's not so bad because you're not in danger of dying. It's bad because you can't pick shit up when you're frozen. So that's fun. You give the marriage contract to the daddy-o. You give the cup to Ulgrich. Ooh, and then a whole bunch of shadow ghouls spawn, and you have to kill them. They're 2 hitters. They just run away. Get him. Get him. Get him. That was a bad ghoul fight.
Then won't Everett cease to be human.
Almost done.
No.
Head upstairs, grab the food stuff, put the food stuff in the right spot. Cat gets the small bowl, dog gets the bigger bowl, human gets the platter of human food.
I think this was yours. Perfect match. You actually...
Not. We're almost at our journey's end.
What's there?
Alright, in boss battle time, I pot before going in, just because I can. Now, I don't know if this is the optimal strategy, but I throw some bombs to aggro them all, and then I just spin and win and pray. I do have like potions and talents that'll keep me alive, so it's not entirely random, but it's mostly just spinning and winning. I've had much cleaner fights than this. This is actually a pretty bad fight. But it's pretty random, because spinning and winning.
Wait.
And then she's here, and she's like, I don't know, but you saved me. Thank you. Can I have this rose? Sure, here, have a rose. I am sad now. I'm off into oblivion. And the cat and dog are like, we are also off into oblivion. Thank you. Now time to go back to that bar and be... And now time to go back to the bar. Ulgrich left one of his minions there. Oh, I missed the fast travel area. Left one of his minions there, and we talk to him. And he'll tell us where Ulgrich is? No, that's not what happens. Talk to him, and then Mirror Master will show up and be like, here's where he's got to meet you to hand this in. Also, he stabs this guy in the eye. You don't see it, but he does. Don't worry. There he goes with a spoon. And so he tells us to tell this guy to tell Ulgrich to meet him at some shrine or something. And luckily, the game gives you a fast travel point nearby because it is out in the middle of nowhere. You don't go anywhere near here except for the end of the game. Oh, my horse decided to fuck me here. It spawned up top on the cliff, and then it got on this log, and I can't get on it. I had to go around back to get on it. Oh, Roach, I hate you. It's actually kind of easy to get trapped behind some of these trees here. I'm sort of aiming for the edge. If you sort of see the band of yellow around the quest target, I'm aiming for sort of the right edge of that. I go a little too far left here, counterclockwise. And I get trapped behind some trees.
Run, Roach.
And then I think I go a little too far left here, too. And that's a really silly mistake. I almost get trapped. Yeah, right here. I'm too far left. And then I just go fall in this crack. Luckily, I can get out. You're really just supposed to roll down this hill over here. If you fall there, you will die. So don't do that. Just tumble all the way down. Talk to Jimmy here. Give him his rose. So he can contemplate his humanity just before he dies. And then he gets his soul stripped out. And this guy offers you a wish, and obviously you wish to be as swift as the wind. It's a speedrun. And that's the game. Sadly, that's about 33 seconds slower than my PB. Really wish I recorded that. It was the first time I did this new route, too. Oh well. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing. Or if you feel like dethroning me, feel free to start doing them runs. Grind it out. Alright, bye.